महोत्सव की बोलो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की बोलो श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की बोलो गौर निताई की ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. So, very warm welcome everyone to this wonderful day today, appearance day of Sri Lord Ramchandra ji. So, we will speak something from Bhagavatam and Ramayana for everyone's satisfaction today. But before we begin the lecture, we invoke the auspiciousness by offering Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Jnanaतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते. तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. So it is said just by remembering Lord Chaitanya, the difficult things becomes easy, and if we forget Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even the easy things can become very difficult. I've always noticed in my life, whenever I remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, things definitely made very, very easy. Many occasions. So you can try and test it yourself. Try and remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At least when there is a difficulty. At least when there is a difficulty. That's not the thing. You can remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every time, but at least when there is a difficulty, try and remember and see how it makes a difference. I've always noticed that. So yes, today is very auspicious day of Sri RamaNavami, appearance of Ramchandra Bhagavan. Um, we know from Gita that Lord comes again and again. Yes. What are the famous verses from Gita? Who would like to recite? Anybody?
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
Bhyuttanamadharmasya tadatmanam srujamyam. So whenever, wherever there is a decline in the religion and increase in the religion, that time I will come. And paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To protect the saintly people and to punish the miscreants and re-establish the religious principle, I come again and again. Lord doesn't come only in the human race, but in every race. Avatarai asankheya hare sattva nidhe dvija. So just as in ocean, can you count the waves in the ocean? No. So similarly, those many incarnations of the Lord there. In Bhagavatam, the main incarnations, 21 incarnations were mentioned. But at the end of the third chapter of that Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, and the sages explain that just as so many waves in the ocean. So Bhakti Purushottam Swami once mentioned that the Lord appeared as a mosquito sometime. So he appears, like we know that he appeared as fish, he appeared as boar, he appeared as offline, human. Yes, so different incarnations. The main purpose of the Lord's appearance is, of course, we mentioned a couple of things: to protect the saintly people, to annihilate the miscreant, to re-establish the religious principles, and also for the devotees, we get something to hang on, isn't it? Something to relish. If Lord Rama wouldn't, come to earth, we wouldn't have had this opportunity to celebrate and discuss his pastimes. So it gives us an opportunity. We need engagement. Empty mind is devil's den. We all know that. So mind needs engagement. You can't just keep the mind vacant. It's not possible. But we can engage in a right way. Yes? So then the wrong things can be given up. We are here means we are not in the pub. We are eating prasadam means we are not eating boga. So if we engage ourselves in a right manner, the wrong things will disappear. And Ramayana is very famous. So in India, every child in the village probably can comment, say something about Lord Ram. Lord Ram is very, very famous. It is said sometime that Lord Ram is always famous, already famous all over the world, but Prabhupada made Krishna famous all over the world. So Ramayana, we all know that was written by sage Valmiki, and also that is the original Ramayana, and there were other editions of Ramayana also, a number of editions, number of saints written. We know a couple of famous ones, Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas, and in Tamil, Kamba Ramayana is very famous. When Kamba wrote his Ramayana in Tamil, the pundits, the scholars at that time rejected him. How can you comment on this? So we do not approve your edition of Ramayana. We already got the Valmiki Ramayana. So he said, I'm going to recite this Ramayana in front of my Ishtadev, means the deity, dear deity, is Narsimhadev. And see, if he approves, you can accept it. So he went to Narsimhadev temple and he recited Ramayana. And in that temple, still you can see Lord Narsimhadev raised his hand like this, approving. You can see that deity still there in Tamil Nadu. So he approved. Kamba is very, very famous. So Shubhavilas Prabhu, who wrote a number of books on Ramayana to suit our modern era. So he also comments quite a bit about Kamba. So in Telugu we also have Ramayan, Molla Ramayan. So, but Prabhupada advised for neophytes like us, it's better we stick to Valmiki Ramayan. Of course, if some scholars, when they explain about Rama from other books, we can hear, but ideally we can just stick to Valmiki Ramayan. So, what is the benefit of actually hearing this Ram Katha or the pastimes of Lord? I'm going to recite a couple of verses just to set a scene and to get into that mood. So this is one verse. We can ask. We always ask, what is the benefit? We need some benefit, isn't it? Some profit required. What do we get out of this? Shrunvatam swakatah Krishna punyashravana kirtanaha vrudyantasto yabhadrani vidunoti surutsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul, in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses the desire for material enjoyment. Who want this cleansing required? Cleansing desire for material enjoyment. Who wants this? Who wants this cleaning from the heart? Everybody. Yes? So when we hear what he does, he cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message. Yeah? If we have that urge to hear the message of the Lord, then Lord will personally enter into our heart and cleanses all the dirty things, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. That's one verse from second canto. Let's go to 12th canto. Actually, go to the 10th canto. Nivrutta tarishair upagiyamanat bhava ushaldacchotra mano biramat kauttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajeta vina pashubhnat. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the Parampara system. That is, it is conveyed from the spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. I repeat that. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? Very famous verse from 10th canto. So they are the right medicine. Prabhupada call it panacea. In often my classes I mention this. What is the meaning of panacea? Cure for all. All diseases are cured if you just take one medicine. And Prabhupada calls this as a panacea. One medicine, it will cure everything. So this is the right medicine for all of us. And I sit in everyone's class and I always find something interesting. Whoever gives class, no problem. If he is following a parampara system, we can just sit and hear. If the person is, having ulterior motives, it's difficult. But if a person just repeats a parampara system, we should hear. Whoever gives the class doesn't matter. We can always learn something. And just by hearing, the Lord will enter into the heart and purify the heart. And a couple of other verses from 10th canto. I can close that window now. If when falling, slipping, feeling pain or sneezing, one involuntarily cries out in a loud voice, obeisances to Lord Hari, one will be automatically freed from all his sinful reactions. Okay, let's chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sankirtyamano Bhagavanananta Shrutanubhavo Vyasanam Yipumsam Pravesha Chittam Vidunotyashesham Yatha Tamorko Abraham Ivati Vataha. When people properly glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead or simply hear about His power, the Lord personally enters their hearts and cleanses away every trace of misfortune. Just as the sun removes the darkness, or as powerful wind drives away the clouds. Two analogies are given. When the sun comes, the darkness has to run away. When we switch on the light, the darkness has to go. And a powerful wind moves the clouds simply, with ease. Similarly, when we hear or glorify Supreme Personality of Godhead, He cleanses away every trace of misfortune. Words that do not describe the transcendental personality of Godhead, but instead deal with temporary matters, are simply false and useless. Only those words that manifest the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord are actually truthful, auspicious, and pious. Those words describing the glories of the all-famous personality of Godhead are attractive, relishable, and ever fresh. Indeed, such words are a perpetual festival for the mind. Wow. It's a festival, perpetual festival for the mind. Have you ever had this in your mind? When you hear a pastime, or when you read something about Srimad Bhagavatam, or when you hear someone speaking very nice pastime, that thing comes again and again in the mind. Please raise your hand if it ever happened to you. If this ever happened to you. Yes, it does. So, yes, I'll repeat. Those words describing the glories of all famous personality of Godhead are attractive, relishable, and ever fresh. Indeed, such words are a perpetual festival for the mind, and they dry up the ocean of misery. They dry up the ocean of misery. So with these beautiful verses, now we will begin our Ram Katha. Always we need to remind ourselves. So something when we hear, then we will, the ground is set now. So that's why, please, I take everyone's blessing here, so that I may just repeat some of the things that I've heard from Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramayana and other senior devotees. So I just simply repeat. So please shower your blessings for that. So chosen a verse from 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam today. Okay. So this canto, chapter 5th canto, chapter 9. 19. Yes, 19. Yeah, I definitely need glasses, Prabhu. Thank you. Na, not. Janma, birth in a very polished, aristocratic family. Nunam, indeed. Mahataha, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Na, nor. Saubhagam, great fortune. Na, nor. Walk, an elegant manner of speaking. Na, nor. buddhi, shortness of intelligence. Na, not. Akritihi, features of the body. Dosha hetu, the cause of pleasure to the Lord. Tai, by all those above mentioned qualities. Yet, because Vishrushtan, rejected. Api, although. Na, us. Vano Okasha, the inhabitants of the forest. Chakara, accepted. Sakye, in friendship. Bata, alas. Lakshmana Graja, Lord Sri Ramchandra, the elder brother of Lakshmana. Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam navana buddhir na krutistosha hetu. Tairyad vishrushtan apino vanaukasach. Chakara sakye bata lakshmana graja. Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam. Navana buddhir na krutistosha hetu. Tairyad vishrushtan apino vanaukasach. Chakara sakye bata lakshmana graja. Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam. Navana buddhir na krutistosha hetu. Tairyad vishrushtan apino vanaukasas. Chakara sakye bata lakshmana graja. Anybody wants to recite?
Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam.
Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam.
Navana buddhi na kritistosha hetu.
Navana buddhir na krutistosha hetu.
Taryad vrishtan apina vanauksasya.
Jayad vishrushtan apino vanaukasach.
Chakar isakhe bata lakshmana graja.
Chakara sakye bata lakshmana graja. Na janmanunam mahato na saubhagam. Navana buddhir na krutistosha hetu. Tairyad vishrushtan apino vanaukasach. Chakara sakye bata lakshmana graja. न जन्मनूनं महतो न सौभगम् नवान्न बुद्धिर्न कृतिस्तोष हेतु तर्याद्विष्टुष्टान्नपि नो वनौकस् चकार सख्ये बत लक्ष्मणाग्रजा माताजी's न जन्मनूनं महतो न सौभगम् नवान्न बुद्धिर्न कृतिस्तोष हेतु तैर्याद्विशिष्टानपि नो वनौकस् चकार सख्ये बत लक्ष्मणाग्रजा. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One cannot establish a friendship with the Supreme Lord Ramchandra on the basis of material qualities such as one's birth in an aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, or one's superior race or nation. None of these qualifications is actually a prerequisite for friendship with Lord Ramchandra, Sri Ramchandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitants of the forest have not taken noble births, although we have no physical beauty and although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramchandra has nevertheless accepted us as friends. Beautiful verse? Very beautiful verse. So we'll read the purport. We are not just repeating the translation. I need a couple of volunteers. Let's see, maybe start with Anandarup Prabhu. Go on, Prabhu.
In a prayer to Krishna expressing her feelings, Srimati Kunti Devi called him Akinchana Gochara. The prefix means not, and Kinchana means something of this material world. One may be very proud of his prestigious position, material wealth, beauty, education, and so on, but although these are certainly good qualifications in material dealings, they're not necessary for achieving friendship with Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who possesses all these material qualities is expected to become a devotee, and when he actually does, the qualities are properly utilized. Those who are puffed up by high birth, wealth, education, and personal beauty, unfortunately do not care for developing Krishna consciousness, nor does the Supreme Personality of Godhead care about all these material qualifications. The Supreme Lord is achieved by devotion. One's devotion and sincere desire to serve Supreme Personality of Godhead are the only qualifications. Rupa Goswami has also said that the price of achieving God's favor is simply one's sincere eagerness to have it. In the Chaitanya Bhagavata it is said,
Prabhu. So next one. So I'll read this verse. Thank you very much. Kolavech sevakera deka bhagya sima Brahma Shiva kandayara dekiya mahima Dane jene panditye Krishna nahi paye Kevala bhaktira vasha chaitanya gosani. Yes, next. Pavan?
Behold the great fortune of the devotee Kolavecha. Lord Brahma and Shiva shed tears upon seeing his greatness. One cannot attain Lord Krishna by any amount of wealth, followers, or learning. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is controlled only by pure devotion. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a very sincere devotee whose name was Kolavecha Shidhar, and whose only business was to sell pots made of the skin of banana trees. Whatever income he had, he used 50% for the worship of Mother Ganges, and with the other 50% he provided for his necessities. On the whole, he was so very poor that he lived in a cottage that had a broken roof with many holes in it. He could not afford brass utensils, and therefore he drank water from an iron pot. Nevertheless, he was a great devotee of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is a typical example of how a poor man with no material possessions can become a most exalted devotee of the Lord. The conclusion is that one cannot attain shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Goswami through material opulence. That shelter is attainable only by pure devotional service.
Thank you very much, Pavan Prabhu. So translation again. One cannot establish a friendship with the Supreme Lord, Ramchandra, on the basis of material qualities such as one's birth in an aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, or one's superior race or nation. None of these qualifications is actually a prerequisite for friendship with Lord Sri Ramchandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitants of the forest have not taken noble births, although we have no physical beauty, and although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramchandra is nevertheless accepted as friends. So this prayer is offered by Hanumanji. In Jambudvipa, there is a planet Kimpursha. In that Kimpursha, devotees of Lord Ramchandra lives. Hanuman will be there, and other people will also be there, and they worship Sri Ramchandra. And this was one of his prayer, Hanuman's prayer. That Hanuman is telling that we monkeys got some or other, got a chance to make friendship with Supreme Lord, although we don't have all these qualities, no physical beauty, no eloquent speech, we are not aristocratic background. So all these things we don't have, but yet, we got a chance to make friendship with the Supreme Lord. That means Supreme Lord doesn't see these external things. Yes, you may have, you can have external things, but the thing is, main thing that requires is the devotion. Can you give any examples of Lord? Let me say something before we go further. And I always say this quote: "Man sees the result, Lord sees the effort." Yes, whenever we do, Lord only sees your effort, whatever you do. And Lord's one of the names is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Have you heard this name? What does it mean? Bhavagrahi Janardana means he takes the mood, mood of that person. He doesn't see the external things. He doesn't see at all. When we come across some person, we judge a person based on their external qualities. Isn't it? Can you give some examples? How we judge a person when we see a person? On what basis we judge? Speech. Speech is like, if you see great orators, yes, they attract so many people. Speech is very good thing. Yes. Yes. So next is clothes. Yeah, I know, that's why you wear nice clothes. Very charming all the time. But you got an internal beauty also. Yes. External appearance, hairstyle, just like me. You can attract so many people. Yeah. Like Prabhuji also. Yes. So anything, okay, clothes you mentioned, speech and other things. like personal belongings, car. Yes, car. Occupation means yes, status, job. Yes, someone raised. Attitude. Yeah, that's that's not external, isn't it? Attitude is internal. Yeah, I'm asking what external things we look at before we see the attitude. Yes, we are supposed to see the attitude. What else?
Name,
Well,
fame,
opulence.
name, fame, and reputation.
Name, fame, and reputation. All these things we see. We get attracted, natural. Someone dresses nicely, you get attracted automatically, Yes. But this is not the, qualification. With all these qualifications, you cannot attract Lord Ramchandra. You may attract mortal beings. Yes. The intelligence actually, how it, only unintelligent people get bewildered with these external qualities. I repeat, when one's intelligence is not strong enough, they get bewildered by these looking at the external qualities. But once intelligence is matured, he will respect, but he doesn't care the only external things. He will look at the deep inside, how a person is. And also these external things will not attract Lord Ramchandra's mercy. He doesn't care. Okay, you can have external things, but you also need the devotion. It's not that matter. The main thing that matters is your devotion to the Lord, your mood in which you offer. All these external things are very, temporary. Can you give some examples where, Lord has, just like Hanuman mentioning that we got a chance to make friendship with you, Lord, although we don't have these qualities. Like that, where from Ramayana, where Lord Ram attracted, where the devotees, different devotees in Lord Ram in Ramayana attracted the attention of Sri Ramchandra. Give one by one. Shabari. So people always talk about Shabari. So say a little bit about Shabari. Who said Shabari? Madhavi Mataji. Okay, talk a little bit about Shabari. No. Lalita Gopinath Mataji. Say a couple of words about Shabari. Who is because so that everybody gets benefited.
She's very pure devotee of the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, little more.
She wanted, I think, offer some, gooseberries
Background,
there.
like if we see the background, what is her background? She's a tribal woman.
Exactly.
Yes, she's a tribal woman. That's her background. She doesn't have that najanmanunam. She doesn't have that high parentage. Yes.
And she was not educated also.
So that's yes. She doesn't have that education. You're right. Second thing, and yeah.
Poverty. She was in the poor
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Her heart was good to offer something for
Exactly.
to Lordship, that internally she felt that, I don't want to offer some sour fruit to Lordship. That's why she was biting it,
Yeah.
and then she was offering. So Lord doesn't have
Accepted.
that. Exactly.
So Lord didn't see our background, external background, but Lord took the mood. Yeah. So this is it. We all have, we may not have, how many of our eloquent speakers, how many have got high parentage, how many have got so many other qualifications mentioned here, but we can try with simple devotion. Everybody, got that thing. We can work on that and improve. So Shabari is one example from Ramayana. Any other examples you can state, not Smith? Guha. Okay. Who would like to say Guha, a little bit about Guha? Yeah, Guha. Okay, Sumit, yeah, go on.
So he was also from, he was like king of the tribe, sort of thing. And he like helped Ram cross. He's just the king of a tribe, and he accommodated Ram during his stay in the forest.
Yes, that's right. And what is his qualification? Externally, he was also tribe. He was living in the forest. Yes, he was also a tribe. But it was actually in Valmiki Ramayana it is mentioned that he was a very good friend of Ramchandra. When Lord Ram was ordered to go to the forest, so on the way he met King Guha. He was a king of the tribal race there. And so he actually, Ram embraced Guha. He was like, you have to see just a tribe, embraced. And he made so many arrangements for the Lord Ram to eat and everything, but Lord Ram said, no, I'm not supposed to accept all these opulences. So I would only drink a little water, so he touched the water. So no external qualification, but by pure devotion, Guha, although belongs to externally tribal caste, he attracted the heart of Lord Ramchandra Bhagavan. Any others from Ramayana?
Jatayu.
Jatayu, yeah, go on.
Like, according to scriptures, it's not good to see a vulture or even hear the sound of the vulture. And like Lord Ram made friendship with vulture, and after he left the body, he cremated the body, like which even his father Dasarath could not get from him. So he did the last rites for Jatayu.
Yes. So he was in the body of a bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he managed to attract the mercy of Ramchandra. He
Yes.
very low, yeah. And there is another thing actually. He left his body in the presence of Ramchandra. How many would you like to have that kind of death? Please raise your hand. If Lord is coming, yeah. Lord is also there in the picture form. Yes? Lord is there in the form of word, sound, vibration. If someone chants, if we are leaving Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Lord is there. And when Bhishma Dev passed away, yes, Lord Krishna personally went and present there, isn't it? Bhishma had that opportunity. And who else had that opportunity? Haridas Thakur had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, he had that opportunity. All the people who left their bodies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they had the vision, they had the darshan of Krishna. And they left, when they left, they are achieved liberation. So it's very rare. So yes, Jatayu, he offered some nice service. Did Jatayu win the battle or he lost the battle? Huh?
In a way,
Although he lost externally, but he won the heart of Sri Ramchandra Bhagwan. Yes? And by winning that, he actually conquered the repeated birth and death. Isn't it? He went back to spiritual world. So he didn't lose. He lost by... Yeah, there is a phrase which I can't just repeat. Yeah. So he lost externally, but actually, he tried his best. Here, service also. He could have thought that, me, little bird, like I'm old, like I'm in my old age, I'm unable to fight with this demon. Then he could have just, not attempt that fighting Ravan. But he decided, let me do my best service. This also very much related to us. Let me do our best. Yeah. So even if you do your best, if you don't achieve the result, it's not a matter. It doesn't matter. Here, he did not get the result. Did Jatayu get the result? No, he couldn't. He couldn't stop Ravan kidnapping Sita. But he still won the heart of Ramchandra Bhagwan. So, man sees the result, God sees the effort. Another example from Ramayana. Vibhishan. Yes, Maharaj. So please go and tell about Vibhishan.
Vibhishan was born in a family of demons.
Yes.
Youngest brother of
So Lord accepted. That's the important point. When he refused to stay with his own brother Ravan, Lord personally accepted him as a great devotee. So that's a wonderful example. Externally, he was born in the family of a demon, and similarly our Prahalad Maharaj, externally he was son of a demon, but he is a great devotee. He's a great devotee. Any other examples from Ramayana? Not you. Any more examples that you can give? Kamsa and Ravan. No. Like they were demons. We are just talking, I think you just missed the point, I guess. We are thinking that where Ram showed his mercy to a number of devotees from Ramayana, not looking at the external qualities.
Sugriv.
Yes, Sugriv was, of course, like to a degree. Yes, all the monkeys, what that means, isn't it? Here, like, Hanuman was mentioning that all the monkeys have got that blessing. Sugriv got that blessing. Yes, although he was born in the family of, in the dynasty of monkeys, he made friendship with Ramchandra Bhagavan. Ahalya. So Ahalya was, yes, that is, you want to say a little bit about Ahalya?
She turned me into a stone because when her husband asked what had gone on when Lord Indra cheated,
Yes.
and she wasn't able to say anything, so she was cursed by her husband that he would turn me into a stone. And then Lord Ram, she used to meditate always upon Lord, and he came and he touched her with his feet, and she became into a nice celestial.
Thank you very much. Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai.
Jai.
About, another one, squirrel. Kevat, yeah, that's right, the boatman. So, say a little bit about that.
Kevat was a boatman, as you just mentioned, also from a lower class, social class. And he was present at the time when Lord Ram was attempting to cross the Ganga during his period of exile. And he had a very nice exchange with the Lord where he convinced the Lord to get on his boat and accept his services.
So he offered service, yes. So Kaivat, that's a wonderful example, Prabhu. Thank you. About Valmiki himself. Yeah. You want to narrate, Prabhu, that one? Yeah. About Valmiki? Anybody knows the history of Valmiki? Yes. So, anybody from Mataji's? Nobody's? Yes? Okay, Malakumar Prabhu, go ahead.
He was a dacoit
Yes.
at that time, and he used to waylay people and rob them.
Yeah.
And then, not sure, sage method.
Yes, Narad. Yeah, different.
And then Narad Muni questioned him as to why you do it. And he said, I'm supporting my family by doing this. Narad Muni questioned him again, and he persuaded him to go and ask his family if they really appreciate what he's doing. So after a series of exchanges,
Since.
yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So ultimately, by the blessings of Narad Muni, he had a realization and he gave up his bad habits and started chanting the name of the Lord.
Yeah, so, little bit. So, he realized that he's committing, sinful reactions. Then he sought shelter of Narad, and Narad gave remedy of chanting, Narad asked him to chant the holy names of Lord Ram, but he was unable to do that, isn't it? So then he was asked to chant Mara. Mara means death. So he was always like, whenever he sees an animal or somebody, so he say Mara, Mara, Mara. So he was asked to chant this word Mara. And then, so Krishna, can you repeat the word Mara? Fast. Okay, Samaj, you do it? Yeah, you also do.
on the mic.
Mara, 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 Mara. So like that. So he became Rama. So it is like, it is said like holy name of the Lord is like a fire. Yes. So it acts, whether you know that fire is going to act upon you or whether you don't know. Yeah. Just like a medicine. A layman takes, medicine works, and a doctor takes, scientist takes, the medicine works. It doesn't matter. So, how this Valmiki was delivered, because Rama's name is not different from Rama. So that's how he was given the opportunity. So, any other bits? Any other? Squirrel. Okay. You want to tell about squirrel?
So Ram's building a bridge to get from Rameshwar to Lanka. It's across the ocean along with RamaNavami. So Hanuman was throwing in these huge rocks, and he's writing Rama's name on them. They were floating, and then everyone was helping in it, and he saw a little squirrel that was going as well, just picking up a few grains of sand and throwing them into the ocean, and then running back, picking up a few more grains and throwing them. And Hanuman was saying, you need to move out of the way, because your small grains of sand aren't doing anything. I'm throwing these big rocks in, they're actually doing something. But Rama said that's not how it works, because you're both equal in my vision. Because the squirrel is doing the maximum of its capacity, whereas you're doing the maximum of your capacity. And that's just another example of how Ram sees the endeavour, not the result.
Thank you. So here is a little bit of extract from Mahatma Prabhu. So I need one devotee, maybe Rala Prabhu, you can read it. I'll make it bigger, yeah. Control, no. Shift, is that shift? Control plus, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, so very, very nice one. I request humbly, please everyone listen this to very nicely.
In a lifetime of unalloyed devotion, Yamuna Devi remembered a story Prabhupada used to tell about an elderly woman he knew who daily fetched water from Yamuna or Radha Damodar. She did this without fail throughout the cold Vrindavan winters as well as through the scorching suns. When this woman died, Prabhupada said he went back to her. Although she wasn't seen as an important and successful person in Vrindavan, she indeed was truly successful. We each have a role to play in the Lord's service. Not all of us will be leaders or big preachers who save thousands of souls. Not all of us will be able to do big service like building temples or distributing books, thousands of books, or be big devotees who have renounced everything and are traveling the world only to spread Krishna consciousness. What's important is that we take stock of what talent Krishna has given us as individuals, and that we use them to the best of our ability and do our humble little part in His service and be satisfied with this. We can be a Hanuman who fetched mountains to build the bridge to Lanka, or we can be the spider who could only contribute grains
Maybe
of sand.
squirrel there, I think there's a typo. Yeah, please go ahead. I think, yeah? Okay.
Yes,
So, yeah.
For Lord Ramachandra, the service of both was equally important and equally successful. Success means that we simply serve according to our talents, inclinations and capacity. This success may not end up changing the world, or at least not in as evidence aware as some big service, but it will please Krishna. It will change lives and inspire others. To illustrate this point, there is a story told by Lauren Isley in the Star Throwers about a man who was picking fish that had washed up on the beach and was throwing them back in the ocean. There were thousands of fish on the beach, and after watching what the man was doing, a kid came up to him and said, "What's the use of throwing the fish back? There are thousands of fish on the beach, and what you're doing isn't going to make any difference." As the man threw one fish back in the water, he told the boy, It's just made a difference to this fish. Hare Krishna. Do the best you can with the ability and resources available to you, and with all the bhakti you can muster up, and you are successful. Humbly acknowledge that there will always be someone more successful than you. That's very important to understand. Someone who can do more things than you or do them better than you, and be okay with this. In any case, no one's so-called greatness impresses Krishna.
Haribol.
Our sincere attempt is what pleases him. What really is great is the bhakti, the sincerity and love that we give to Krishna. At the installation ceremony of Sri Sri Rukmini Dwakanandan in Los Angeles, Srila Prabhupada spoke to the pujaris about the service, saying, "What is your qualification? What is the qualification of the things you have? It's nothing. The real thing is bhakti. Krishna kindly accept. I have no devotion. I am rotten, I am fallen, but I am offering you these things." As Prabhupada continued, he began to cry and could barely speak. Don't be puffed up. Always remember that you are dealing with Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna loves
Humble
humble.
devotees. Yeah.
Is that a good instruction for all of us?
Prabhupada.
Very beautiful. My wife shared this post with me almost 2 weeks ago, so I thought I would read it here because it's quite relevant.
It was in his congregation. I didn't.
Is it? Hare Krishna. Couple of points. So here, I highlighted one bit here. Success means that we simply serve according to our talents, inclinations, and capacity. Yeah. Once RamaNavami tells one story. In the parliament, he narrated this. When he was giving a lecture in one of the Bombay universities, I guess, one guy stood up and asked a question. What was that question? If everyone becomes a Swami like you, who would do everything? And then Maharaj said, he offered a little prayer to Srila Prabhupada. And then he said, what do you do, sir? He said, accountant. And what did Maharaj say? If everyone becomes an accountant, nobody needs an accountant actually. Everybody becomes jobless actually. Isn't it? Everyone is an accountant.
All accountants will be jobless.
Yeah. Or like all the everybody is jobless because everybody is an accountant. So we need all different skills. Isn't it? Not just one skill. And look, this is what we all need to understand. Very important point. The point is success. Simply, we all have different talents, different skills, different grades also. So we would just this is Yamuna Mataji's writing, that we need not to be a big scholar, big preacher, but if we can do service simply to satisfy the Lord with our talent, with our capacity, that is fine. And Prabhupada gave that example, isn't it? One lady was bringing water from Yamuna, even in the winter and summer. So Prabhupada said, she's definitely gone back to Vaikuntha. So because this related to squirrel, yes, sometimes some of us are squirrel, some of us are spiders, some of us are like Hanuman, or some of us are in between somewhere. But what matters is simplicity and sincerity. Sincerity, that's the major thing. Sincerity will attract Lord's attention, nothing else. Only the sincerity.
What should be regular?
Sorry?
What should be regular and consistent?
Regular.
And consistent.
Regular and consistent.
You're saying that whether it's cold or hot,
Yes.
you continue that service.
Yes, the devotion needs to be regular. Yes. So I thought I would share that post with you and then move on to the next one. So I can close that window. So let me narrate a little story. Once Narad came to Hanumanji and asked Hanuman that who is the best devotee of Lord Ramchandra? Hanuman said, why don't you go and check Lord Ram's diary? Huh? What is this diary? So he has got a diary of the names of the devotees who he considers are the best. So Narad went to Lord Ramchandra and asked, where is your diary, Lord Ramchandra? So he said, yeah, there is a diary. So he opened, and first, for his surprise, first name is Narad, list of the devotees. And he checked through, and he couldn't find Hanuman's name anywhere. So he went back to Hanuman and he said, I couldn't see your name. Which diary did you check? Did you check the big one or the small one? What is this? He said, yes, I checked the big one. But Lord Rama's got a small diary which he always keeps in his pocket. Did you check that? He said, no. So go and check that. So Narad went and asked, can I check your little diary? And when he opened, for his surprise, Hanuman's name was there on the first. What are these two diaries, my lord? Why are you maintaining two diaries, big and small? Confused. He said, Lord Ramchandra said, the first one are the list of the devotees who think me always. They always think of me. And the second one is the list of the devotees who I always think of them. So that's what's said. So, but anyway, Lord is there. Lord, remember, even if we forget, Lord won't forget us. When we do devotion, sometimes we think, from Bhagavad Gita verse, Antakale chamame vasmaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam sayati paramam gatim. So he said, if you chant, if you remember Lord Krishna at the time of death, you will definitely attain Lord Krishna. But even if we forget, Lord will remember us. Lord will remember every service that we do now. So better when we are young and capable, when our when our bodily parts are nice, then better we do it now. Anything can happen at any time. Anything can happen. Better utilize every moment. Lord will always remember us, even if we forget. Gratitude I want you to mention. So there are three different cities. The Ramayana happened between three cities. Ayodhya, where Ram was born, and Kishkinda is in between, where all the monkeys were there, and further down south was Lanka. So these are three places that Ramayana took place. So let's see the culture of Ayodhya people. So once Mother Sita having a nice ceremony, and in that ceremony people were throwing colors, and when she saw a red color was thrown, and she started crying in her ceremony. So she was asked why she is crying. So that red color reminds me of Jatayu's bleeding. When Jatayu tried to protect me, and Ravan attacked him with the sword, and he was bleeding like anything. So this is, because of this, I'm reminding that. And she started crying like anything. Even when she was enjoying, it was not a sad moment. It was great ceremony, and she's having a good time. So in that situation, she remembered Jatayu, gratitude. Nothing, it was anything related, but she remembered, she felt like that. And you see the extreme of this you see in Lanka. Yes, Ravan worshipped Lord Shiva, and when Lord Shiva asked, "What do you want?" and he said, "Give me your wife." Yes, so that was his mentality. Yeah, and in between is Kishkinda. In Kishkinda, Sugriv was also Sugriv was forced to be exiled, isn't it? Sugriv's brother Wali took his wife and he exiled him. So Sugriv made friendship with Lord Ram, and Lord Ram killed Wali. And what Sugriv promised? Sugriv said that, my lord, I'm going to help you and find out whereabouts Sita Mataji, and I will bring your wife back, just like you brought my wife back to me and you made me king of this Kishkinda. I'm happy to help you. So what happened to Sugriv? He just started enjoying, he forgot completely. During the 4 months of rainy season, so completely he had forgotten. But when Lakshman reminded him, he remembered immediately. Yes, he forgot. But when Lakshman reminded, then yes, I'm sorry, then I must help. Then he started to work on that. So this is Vanar. Sanskrit in Sanskrit, Vanar means, Nar means human, Vanar means va is a question, am I a human? So where do we fit? Are we in the category of Ayodhya people? We are definitely not Lanka, I think. We are not that bad. Maybe we are somewhere in the Kishkinda. When someone reminds us, we will be grateful, isn't it? But our aim is to get to the people of Ayodhya Vasis. We should be grateful. We are here today. So many things are happening. Yes. Someone is cooking, we don't know. Yes. So all these. Yeah. You knew because you are very grateful. You are following in the footsteps of Ayodhya Vasis. See the altar. Look at the altar. How beautiful. Give a round of applause to the priests, pujaris. Did it happen automatically? No. So much effort has been put into to get to that stage. Very beautiful. Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Radha, Gokul, Nanda, Panchatra, Bhagavan, Guru Parampara. So much effort has been put into. How many times we appreciated the priests? How many times we appreciated the cooks? How many times, to run this, to set up this, I'm just giving an example, so much is going on, say books. How many times we are appreciating Madhav Kumar Prabhu? He doesn't need appreciation, but thing is, yes, he's so humble. He is very humble. But he doesn't need, but we need to appreciate. So just see, so many things go behind the scenes. We come and hear, enjoy the lecture, and then take prasad, Mahaprasade Govinde, and then go home. But so many things. But can we do anything? Can we do anything? Can we be part of this hard work in any way we can? Depending on our capacity, whatever it could be. Yeah. So be grateful. Chandramouli Swami's praise, you remember? If you are not grateful, you are a great fool, he said once. Yeah. Try to be grateful. No, grateful. Grateful. Let's see. Sorry?
In this regard, what you just said, Prabhupada says that when you walk into the temple, one pay respects first to the devotees.
Yes, true.
Without them, there is no
True.
worship.
So that's why when we enter the temple hall, what we do? We chant Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So we offer our respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Actually, we don't realize, we are getting the Vaishnavas association freely, we don't realize what it means. When you lose, you will come to know. Isn't it? It's nice, having, isn't it? Yes. You feel, because you are getting it freely, you don't know the value. We don't sometimes underestimate. We don't fully recognize. We were very lucky. We were very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Be grateful to Prabhupada for what he had given. Had given us without him, we wouldn't have gathered here. We wouldn't have having this temple, And though we are living in England and talking about Lord Ramchandra, it's not possible at all. So it's all because of Srila Prabhupada and other devotees. So many devotees are working hard to get this temple running. Let's see what I have to say next. Okay, let's take a little diversion. You heard this Raghupati Raghava song. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Do you know the full song, complete song? We only recite the first one. Shall we do the full one? Okay. Time is flying like a rocket. I didn't realize it's half 10. Yeah. Okay. Sai, can you read it loudly, the translation?
The Lord of
No,
the
refrain. No, yeah, go on.
The Lord of the Raghus, the descendant of the Raghu dynasty, King Ramchandra, the purifier of the fallen, Lord of Shri Shri Sitaram. The beautiful deity forms are dark as a thundercloud. Glories to the Ganga, Tulsi Devi and Salagram Sheila, the auspicious Lord of the mountain Sitaram, the ones dear to the devotees Sitaram, the beloved of the daughter of Janaka. All glories to Sitaram. All glories to the descendant of the Raghu dynasty Sitaram.
Okay, so this was actually, we only sing this bit here, only the first two lines. But this devotee's name is Lakshmanacharya, who composed this song. Very nice. I'll just sing without karatals or anything like that, because I don't know if I can follow that. So, okay, let's do this. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Maybe you repeat after me, it becomes easy. Sundara Vigraha Megha Sham Ganga Tulasi Shala Gram. Sundara Vigraha Megha Sham Ganga Tulasi Shala Gram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Bhadragirishwara Sita Ram Bhagata Jana Priya Sita Ram. Bhadragirishwara Sita Ram Bhagata Jana Priya Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Janaki Ramana Sita Ram Jaya Jaya Raghava Sita Ram. Janaki Ramana Sita Ram Jaya Jaya Raghava Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
Bolo Shri Ram Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. So let's do a little bit slightly differently now. Okay, that one there. Well, I've got that. I can clear. Okay. So now we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So from verse 137 onwards, maybe from Mataji's side, Vinavati, okay. Vinavati, you want to read? Yeah, you have Vinavati, yes. 137.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Murari Gupta and began to speak about his firm faith in devotional service. This was heard by all devotees.
Yeah, continue please.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Previously I induced Murari Gupta again and again to be allured by Lord Krishna. I said to him, 'My dear Gupta, Lord Sri Krishna, Rajendra Kumara, is the supreme sweetness. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the origin of all incarnations and the source of everything. He is pure, transcendental love itself, and he is the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. He is like a mine of gems. He is expert at everything, very intelligent and sober, and he is the summit of all transcendental humours. His character is very sweet, and his pastimes are melodious. He is expert in intelligence, and thus he enjoys all his pastimes and mellows.' I then requested Murari Gupta, worship Krishna and take shelter of him, but for his service nothing appeals to the mind. In this way he heard from me again and again. By my influence his mind was a little converted. Murari Gupta then replied, 'I am your servant and your order carrier. I have no independent existence. After this, Murari Gupta went home and spent the whole night thinking how he would have to give up the association of Raghunath, Lord Ramachandra. Thus he was overwhelmed. Murari Gupta then began to pray at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra. He prayed that death would come that night because it was not possible for him to give up the service of the lotus feet of Raghunath. Thus Murari Gupta cried the entire night. There was no rest for his mind, therefore he could not sleep but stayed awake the entire night. In the morning, Murari Gupta came to see me. Catching hold of my feet and crying, he submitted an appeal. Murari Gupta said, 'I have sold my head unto the lotus feet of Raghunath. I cannot withdraw my head, for that would give me too much pain. It is not possible for me to give up the service of Raghunath's lotus feet. At the same time, if I do not do so, I shall break your order. What can I do?' In this way, Murari Gupta appealed to me, saying, 'You are all merciful, so kindly grant me this mercy. Let me die before you, so that all my doubts will be finished.' Hearing this, I became very happy. I then raised Murari Gupta and embraced him. I said to him, 'All glories to you, Murari Gupta. Your method of worship is very firmly fixed, so much so that even upon my request your mind did not turn. The servitor must have love and affection for the lotus feet of the Lord exactly like this. Even if the Lord wants separation, a devotee cannot abandon the shelter of his lotus feet. Just to test your firm faith in your Lord, I requested you again and again to change your worship from Lord Ramachandra to Krishna. In this way, I congratulated Murari Gupta, saying, "Indeed, you are the incarnation of Hanuman. Consequently, you are the eternal servant of Lord Ramachandra. Why should you give up the worship of Lord Ramachandra and his lotus feet?" Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "I accept this Murari Gupta as my life and soul. When I hear of his humility, it perturbs my very life."
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. There was a devotee, dear devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named Murari Gupta. He was worshipping Ramchandra Bhagavan. We can see the deities at his place. See, hopefully this one, not that one. Sorry, too many tabs opened. There you go. Bolo Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. These were the deities personally worshipped by Murari Gupta there in Mayapur. We went there as well. Whoever goes in Parikrama, they visit Murari Gupta's house. Murari Gupta was a physician by profession. So he was practicing that Vaidya, like medical profession, and maintaining his life. Lord Chaitanya was very pleased, but he was mainly worshipping, exclusively worshipping Ramchandra Bhagavan. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why can't you worship him? Why are you worshipping Ramchandra? Just worship Krishna. So that was his order, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order. Then he couldn't. He tried whole night, he couldn't, and he went back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, "My Lord, I'm unable to obey your order. Let death come upon me. Because I'm I'm disobeying your order. My mind is very much fixed on the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra." And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased. One should have firm faith to one's Ishtadev. If you're worshipping Narsimhadev, you should have that faith. If you're worshipping Krishna, you should have strong faith. And saying that, he said, "You are none different from Hanuman." So Murari Gupta was Hanuman. So Hanuman came as Murari Gupta. So he got that opportunity to associate with the Lord again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we come to temple, if we serve these deities, if we associate with the devotees, what do we have in the next life? There is good opportunity for us to have same thing again. That is guaranteed. Just like Hanuman served Ramchandra, again he got that opportunity to associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Isn't it? So we also have some hope, definitely. If we just keep coming to the temple and keep associating with the devotees, then we will definitely have that opportunity to worship the Lord again and associate with the devotees in the next life. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing his Mahaprakash Leela. He asked Murari Gupta to come, and when Murari Gupta came, Murari Gupta saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu turned into Sri Ramchandra, and he could see Sita and Lakshman, and Murari Gupta himself turned into a monkey with a tail. He could see there's a tail coming. And he could see all the monkeys. So Murari Gupta said, "I'm none other than that Ramchandra Bhagavan." This was a pastime that I wanted to narrate from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bolo Shri Murari Gupta ki Jai. Bolo Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Bolo Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. Let's go back to chapter 5, this one. Is it okay, or are you getting bored? Yeah, getting bored? Okay. It was ordained that Ravana, chief of the Rakshasas, could not be killed by anyone but a man. And for this reason, Lord Ramchandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the form of a human being. Lord Ramchandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravana, but also teach mortal beings that material happiness centered around sex life or centered around one's wife is the cause of many miseries. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead, and nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he be subjected to be tribulations by the kidnapping of Mother Sita? So, are we interested in values or valuables? We are supposed to interest in values. Yes, we are supposed to be interested in values rather than in valuables. People in general like valuables, no values. But Ramayana is the book, it will give us, teach us, tell us the values. So, when I started reading Ramayana yesterday, verse by verse, I was reading Valmiki Ramayana, then I felt actually there is so much to learn. When you open the book, you will know there is so much to learn. When you don't open the book, you think you know everything. Seriously. That's what you think. And when you read verse by verse, word by word, then you will come to know even you have to read, you have to know much more. So I really felt when I started reading Sanskrit Ramayana, then I felt, my God, there is so much. How much time I'm spending on, laptop and so many other things, wasting my time. Why there is so much wealth. So please read. Only when you read, you will come to know that you have to know, you have to read more. Only by reading, you come to know you have to read more. Only by reading, you come to know that you have to know more. If you don't read and hear, you think that you are the perfect being on the planet Earth. That's true. That's what I think also. So I started reading that. So please read Ramayana. Wonderful book. Here it is said that Lord Ram came as a human, particularly. Why? What is the main purpose? That Ravan could only be killed by human. So Lord, that's why Lord came as a human being. Ravan has got two brothers, Kumbhakarna and Vibhishan. These three brothers, they performed austerities for thousands of years, 10,000 years. How many? 10,000 years they performed austerities to please Lord Brahma. Yeah, and what Ravan was doing after every 1,000 years, he was just cutting one of his head and offering in the fire. So at the end of 10,000 years, he was about to cut his last head. That would have been nice actually, Brahma stopped. So it's Brahma's fault. But pastime should take place, so that's why. Yes. So he was about to cut the last head and Brahma appeared. I'm pleased. Sumit, what's going on? There is a parallel Ramayana Katha going on between Pavan and Sumit. You want to do Katha? Then I can get down. Do you want to sit here? No. Please, sit here. No, this is the fourth time I told, so there have to be a little more. Yeah. He knows chastisement is mercy sometimes, my father, so he knows. Just like, Hiranyakashipu was merciful to both Prahlad and, Narasimhadev was merciful to both Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu also. So different people needs different treatment.
You know better.
Yeah. Right. So, and Lord Brahma appeared in front of them and asked Ravan, what do you want? I'm happy to give you a boon. And you know what did Ravan ask for? Immunity from death. This is the same category, Hiranyakashipu category. We also see from Bhagavatam, that when Hiranyakashipu performed austerities, when Brahmaji came, he also wanted the same thing. When Brahmaji said, even I am not immune to death, how can I offer that boon to you? Then Hiranyakashipu, tried to trick him by various things. So here Ravan said, give me immunity from all the beings except from humans and animals. These are nothing. Humans and animals, they can't do anything. So give me immunity from other beings. So Brahma said, Tathastu. So be it. What do we learn? Don't be proud. Don't be proud. And sometimes, yes, every little matters. That's why Ram came in the human form and Hanuman came as a monkey. Yeah. And also, just don't try for this, try to conquer the death. It's not possible. Conquer the death by doing your devotion. And when it came to Kumbhakarna, his other brother, Kumbhakarna is very gigantic, huge personality. His breakfast, he just eat tons of people. That's his breakfast. Yeah. So he asked him, when his turn came, and what he asked for, he was about to say Indrasan, I want the kingdom of Indra. Then all the demigods, they were scared, this guy, eating all the apsaras and all the demigods, anything for breakfast, lunch, dinner. So if he becomes the king, then no one will be there. No one will be remained. So they approached Brahma and so, Prabhu, you need to trick now. So he invited his own wife, Saraswati, and asked his wife that you become speech of this Kumbhakarna. So Mother Saraswati personally entered, she became speech of Kumbhakarna. Instead of Indrasan, he said Nidrasan. So I want sleep. And immediately Brahma said, without delay, so be it. Because if he changes his mind, then there is a problem. Then after some time, he realized, what did I ask for? I wanted more sleep. So that was his boon. And when we come to Vibhishan, and what did Vibhishan ask for? Let me read if I can find that paragraph here. Lord Brahma then said to Vibhishan, you may also accept a benediction from me according to your desire. Please listen very carefully, very useful this one. Vibhishan replied, my dear Lord, since you are pleased with me, the goal of my life has already been achieved. My only wish is that my mind may always remain steadily fixed upon the path of virtue. I'll repeat that again. My only wish is that my mind may always remain steadily fixed on the path of virtue, even amidst the greatest difficulties. Follow the dharma. When everything is going, follow the dharma is easy. But when the things are difficult, follow the dharma. Follow on the path of virtue is difficult. So Lord Rama followed dharma even if it was difficult. We follow also dharma when everything is nicely. Yes. Say for example, prasadam queue. Just thought came to my mind. So children and elderly first. You are hungry. If you are not hungry, you would stand at the back, no problem. But if you are hungry, you prefer jumping the queue. So that's a difficult state. So following dharma even if it is difficult. So that's what he asked. That's what Vibhishan asked. So we can also have that thing, isn't it? Let me be fixed on the path of virtue, even when it is difficult to follow the path of dharma. So I just wanted to bring that up. I felt that's a very nice point. We can learn something from that. So always we can pray something to the Lord. Sometimes devotees, they wonder, I know I don't have I don't have any desire to ask, but here is something you can ask when you see next time Lord Ram. Right. Okay, let's go to Ravan. Several people had told him that you should return Sita. Can you name some of them? His wife Mandodari, and who else? Vibhishan is his younger brother, and he told that you better return. His another brother Kumbhakarna also, and his grandfather Malyavan. So several people said that you better return Sita. But in Hindi, this is called Hum Nahi Sudhrenge. I won't be changed. I will not change whatever happens. People tell no problem, but I'm not going to change. Hum nahi sudhrenge. So this man, he went to, like, during the war, he went to the Patal Loka, means nether regions of the earth, and where he met Bali Maharaj. Said, I need your help. Why? Because there's a wars going on, and the enemy is unconquerable. I need your help. Ravan is Ravan is being defeated by other people. What do I tell? My story. Very terrible situation. 3 monkeys insulted me. Monkeys? No, you eat monkeys for your breakfast. Monkeys insulting? Said one monkey came and set fire to Lanka, Hanumanji. Second monkey is Sugriv. They can take small form, whatever the form according to their will. Spat at him when he was looking at the mirror. Ravan was nicely combing and decorating, and this Sugriv spat at him. He felt wet. So third monkey, Angad. When Angad went before the war as a messenger, he said the same thing. When Angad went, Ravan questioned, who are you? I am the son of Wali. So he said, Wali was my friend. Yes, but Wali is dead. Wali is dead? Nobody can kill Wali. Yes, but Lord Ram killed him. Is that right? So he said, Angad said, you better return Sita. Otherwise, same situation, same thing will happen to me. He said, Hum nahi sudhrenge. I will not change. So he said, if you think that you're going to win the battle, come and just shake my foot. He just placed his foot there and asked him to just move a little bit. So he asked his son Indrajit to move it, but he couldn't move. And at the end, Ravan came. Ravan couldn't move. What to speak of complete foot? Actually, I'll just move my toe. So he couldn't do that. Even toe. Yeah, that's how powerful Angad was. So sir, that's why I need your help now. Enemy is very strong. Said, come on. So Bali Maharaj took Ravan to a bit of distance, and Ravan saw huge gold, a mountain size of gold. And then Ravan likes gold, he rushed towards it. Then, okay, come here, and he took Ravan to top of another hill, and from that hill he could see that's a earring actually. That earring is the size of a great mountain. He said, that's earring. Whose earring is that? Bali Maharaj said, actually that's your earring. Huh? Nothing, like I'm very small now. Said, when you came as Hiranyaksha, that's how huge you were. And that time, Varahadev in fighting gave you a slap, and your earring fell here. And that same Varahadev is in the form of Ram. How do you think you're going to win the battle? Return Sita. He said, Hum nahi sudhrenge. I will not change. So, do we also fall in the category of Ravan? Sometimes. Yes, But there are so many things. So many people tell us also, but we need to change. We should not follow in the footsteps of Ravan. Better change. If someone is telling once, twice, thrice, yes, sometimes your own family member tells, sometimes devotees tell, sometimes your colleagues mentions, but we need to change. We should not follow in the category of Ravan. So we got 10 more minutes, and I wanted to tell two things, but let's see if time permits me. Let me go, before a deep one, let me go into other one. You know that Lord Ramchandra took every living entity back to spiritual world when he left the planet. Do you know that? Yes. Even grass from Ayodhya went back to spiritual world. That's how merciful the Supreme Lord is. When he was asked by, I think, Indra or Brahma, that ask a boon from me after the war, and Lord asked them to revive all the monkeys. So practically, whichever monkey was dead, back to life. He was again merciful, very merciful. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is instruction about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was walking through Dandakaranya forest, one forest, and he came to a place called Saptatala. Sapta means seven, Tal means palm trees. So he came to a place where 7 huge palm trees were there. And what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do when he saw them? Embraced one after another. When he embraced one palm tree, the palm tree disappeared immediately. And he embraced the other, disappeared. And it is said that in the same body, they went to Vaikuntha, these trees. Yes? And why did he do that? Why did he do this to these trees? There is an incident, isn't it? 7 tall trees, palm trees, there is an incident in Ramayana. Anybody remembers? Apart from Sarvajna, give a chance to others, apart from Sumed Brahmadevara. Yes, go for it.
Sugriva wanted to test Ram.
Ram's ability.
Whether he can kill
Whether he could kill? Yes.
Wali or not. So he showed these trees.
7 trees.
7 trees and told, can you pierce all of them
Yes.
with your arrow?
Yeah.
So then Ram pierced and the arrow went through all the trees and came back.
Yes.
So by looking at that, he told, yeah, you can kill them, kill Wali. That's how he tested.
Yeah. So there were two tests Sugriva put to see the power of Lord Ram, whether he could kill Wali or not. First one was there was a huge carcass of a demon. It's like a mountain. So Wali killed this demon just by hurling it like that, and he threw. Yes, and that the dead body now, bones itself is like a mountain. He showed, can you move this Lord Ram with it just toe like this? And 80 miles, like from here to Birmingham, just like that. But Sugriv said, Wali did this when it was like, full of blood and flesh. The flesh and blood is gone now. So I'm a little bit doubtful still. So he showed these 7 huge palm trees. Wali used to pierce them with one arrow, one for each. So he said, I don't need 7 arrows. He just took one arrow and he pierced them. And that arrow pierced all the 7 trees, went back to the nether region. After an hour, came back and joined the quiver. So Sugriv felt this was good. Now I can trust you. Got the ability. Those 7 trees were there in Dandakaranya. And in the form of Ramchandra, in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, embraced and took them to Vaikuntha. That's how merciful Ramchandra is. So we got a few more minutes. We just come back to the beginning of Ramayana now. We discussed so many other things. Come to the beginning of Ramayana, how the Ramayana starts. When Valmiki was instructing his disciples in his own hermitage, he was visited by Narad Muni. And when Narad came, he was given an elevated seat. Yeah. When saintly people come to your home in India, what would you do? What would you ask for usually? Huh? That's right, Prabhu. You are in such a yuga. But generally people, what people ask? Blessings, hungry. Yeah, like some material benefit also they ask, like, make my son pass GCSE, A levels, get a good job, good wife, and make sure my business runs smoothly, successfully, like that. But here, Valmiki questioned Narad, and those are very beautiful verses. Let me see if I can log on to my computer and recite that. This is what is spoken in Goloka Vrindavan, this language, Telugu language is spoken in Goloka Vrindavan. Don't worry, this is my mother tongue, so it becomes easy for me to read. Right? So he asked, Ko nasvin sampratam loke gunavan kasya viryavan dharmajnascha krutajnascha satyavakyo drudavrataha charitrena cha ko yukta sarvabhuteshu ko yitaha vidvan kah samardascha kashaika priyadarshanam. So he asked that who is that great hero, who is that great personality? He listed a number of qualities. I want to know if there is a person exists with all these qualities on the planet Earth. So I'll read the qualities in English from here. Please tell me who present now on the earth is reservoir of all opulences in full, who is the most accomplished, learned, powerful, noble-minded, truthful and grateful, who possesses flawless character and remains engaged, looking after all the genuine welfare of all living entities, who is there present that is without an equal, clever, and the most beautiful, and is never subjected to the influence of anger and malice, yet instills fear within the hearts of even the great demigods when engaged, who has the prowess to give protection to everyone within the three worlds, to whom, as the goddess of fortune bestowed all blessings, O great sage, please answer my inquiry sinfully. This question is asked by Valmiki to Narad. We also see, isn't it? We want, everyone needs a hero. Yes, everyone needs a hero, but what we do is we just look at a couple of qualities. Yes, couple of qualities. Someone externally may be very rich, but they're poor inside. Externally they're very beautiful, but heart is ugly. Different things. But here Valmiki is asking full qualities, all these good qualities. He is very opulent, yet is very humble and caring and truthful, genuine person. External intent. Tell me if there such a person exists. Naradji immediately told that is Lord Ram. That is Lord Ram, and he also narrated the entire Ramayana in 92 verses to Valmiki. And after that, Valmiki went to take bath on the shore of a river. Then where he saw two croncha birds, they look like a cranes. They were mating, and at that time, one hunter hidden from a bush shot the male crane bird, which immediately left its body, and the female was in grief. And out of compassion, Valmiki uttered a curse on the hunter. Later he realized and regretted that why did I behave like a common man and cursed this hunter? But when he looked at his Sanskrit poem, the curse in Sanskrit, he was amazed. That was his best of poetry. So it came automatically. So he was so happy that the poetry was so good. And within a few minutes, Lord Brahma descended from his planet and ordered him to compose a Ramayana. That's how Valmiki composed. But why could he do that? How, even a curse became a great poetry. How did that happen? Because when you do strong devotion, every act, involuntary act also becomes proper action. Without your knowledge, even if you want to do something harm, you will not be able to do that. So from this Valmiki, that we should not just look for one or two characters. Let me read if that sentence is there, and then I'll finish here. Sumit, can you read this? Because yes, sir. This one.
Everyone needs a hero to look up to and adore. Most people identify with just one or two of their hero's qualities. Some identify with external beauty, although he may be ugly from within. Some with wealth, although may be poor at heart. Some with intelligence, although he may be cruel in dealings. Some with courage, although he may be exploitative. Some may identify with determination, although he may readily succumb to anger. We all desire for a perfect hero, but we settle for one with many imperfections, and possibly just one aspect of excellence that attracts us to the most. Valmiki listed all the virtues that a person ought to possess. It was this all-perfect man, should a man exist, that Valmiki wished to worship.
So thank you very much, and we just don't look at the external only, look for other qualities also. So I sincerely pray and hope that Lord Ramchandra Bhagwan shower his blessings upon all of us. So let's take 10 seconds to pray and seek his blessings. Bolo Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanand. Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Grace Gauranga Prabhu Ji ki
jai. Grantha Vaishnava ki jai. Now, this drama. You didn't do anything. I felt. It's my fault.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramu, Hare Ramu, Ramu Ramu, Hare Hare. So we're going to have a drama presentation now. So I request all the devotees to make some more space. So we need some more space here. And anybody in the Prashadam room, if they would like to come here and then take a space here. Hare Krishna. So the drama voice will not go in the next room. So it's better everybody comes here in this room and enjoy the drama. Hare Krishna. So we are taking small drama. That's the lamentation of Bharat. You all know the story. Bharat returns from Kekaya Desh. He was called so urgently, he didn't know why he was called, and he could see some bad signals when he entered. And there is a conversation between Bharat and Kaikeyi, and he laments. And Bharat decided to go to Chitrakoot and request Ram to bring back, but he comes back with the Padakas of Lord. So that's a simple, with the three scenes, simple things, no costumes, and please forgive if you do any mistake in drama also, because all devotees are very busy with the services. With very short duration we practice. Okay, don't expect too much perfection in the drama, but try to understand the essence of drama, which is very important. Because we have two new actors also today, so don't give him pressure and. So Bharat enters. The chariot of Bharat enters from Kekaya. From there is drama starts. Ayodhya, the unconquerable city. But why it was so silent? Earlier, I used to see the cheerful and blissful voices of men and women. But I cannot hear now. And these parks and gardens, they used to be crowded with the children and families. But now why they are so deserted? I can't hear the blissful and aesthetic sound of conch shells from temples, the ringing of bells, and where is the auspicious smell of incense and perfumes? Why all these temples are so deserted? Oh, faultless charities, at least now tell me, why was I called so urgently? You are still maintaining your silence, but your face is pale and still. My dear charities, drive the chariot directly to my mother's palace.
Mother? Mother?
Welcome, welcome Bharat, my son.
Mother, please accept my humble obeisances.
Bharat, I have a good news for you.
But mother, what's wrong? The whole city was deserted. And I can see a great air of sadness around it. And where is my father? I must visit him. Take dust from his lotus feet.
Bharat, you must be brave.
Mother, what do you mean?
Your father left his body.
What? What? No. No, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He was fine when I left for Kakayadesh. Mother, when was this happened?
About 15 days ago.
15 days ago. No. My dear mother, what is the ailment of this cause?
Bharat, you know your father is very much attached to Ram. When Ram went to forest, your father could not bear the separation and he passed away.
What? Father dead. And my beloved brother Ram has gone to forest. You are becoming mad. You are becoming mad. And the whole world turning upside down. Father! Father!
Get up Bharat, my son.
Father!
You must be strong. Bharat, you are the king now.
What? I am what? Ram is the hero of this throne. Everyone knows it.
Not anymore. Your father owed me 2 boons a while ago for services rendered. I took advantage of it. I asked him for 2 benedictions. First, Bharat, Ram to be sent to exile for 14 years.
No.
And you must be coronated as king.
You did what? Are you insane?
Bharat, I did it for you. I thought you would be happy.
You have been the death of my father. And you have sent my beloved brother to forest. Oh, wicked woman. There is only one thing stopping me to kill you on the spot.
Bharat!
Ram would never forgive me. Ram would never forgive me. I will not accept this throne. I will go to forest and bring Ram back to Ayodhya. And I shall go to exile in his place. Oh, cruel woman. You have brought shame to this royal family. You must kill yourself.
Bharat!
You must kill yourself.
Bharat!
Oh, Father, to whose care I was entrusted by you has gone to forest. And now I have become wholly abandoned. I have become wholly abandoned. My dear Father, where have you gone? Where have you gone, leaving Kausalya, whose only support Ram has been sent to forest? Where have you gone, leaving the whole Ayodhya Vasis alone here? My dear Father, where have you gone? Where have you gone?
Brother, please do not lament. Gurudev Vasishtha Muni is here waiting.
Bharat, this is the 13th day of death of your father. Why are you grounding here? When this ceremony of bone collection still unfinished? The three pairs of opposites, sorrow, joy, birth and death, and sorrow and joy, birth and death, they all are, these all are inevitable to everyone. This is not the time to for sorrow. Please get up and complete the ceremony of bone collection, Bharat.
I will follow your instructions, Gurudev.
Thank you.
I will follow your instructions. Shatru, who is the cause for this calamity? What is the main reason for this suffering? Shatru, who is the cause for this calamity? What is the main reason for this suffering?
Brother, this cruel and selfish lady, she is the cause of all the miseries. She is the cause for Brother Ram who's left for forest. Due to her, our father has left this world. Brother, you must punish her! You must punish her! Wicked lady, I shall pay you. You shall pay for what you've done. Wretch! Wretch! You deserve death, but nothing less.
My queen, come and save me!
Stop it! Stop it now! I will not allow this kind of ill treatment to my maid servant.
Shatru, release her. Ram will not be happy if we kill her. We must do what Ram would have done if he were here. And as a Kshatriya, it is our bounden duty to protect women folk.
My brother, isn't she the cause of all the misery?
Do you mean we should blame Mandhara for this misery? She is after all maid servant and well-wisher of my mother. She wants well-being of my mother. That's why she did for the well-being of her queen. How can we blame her? And though she provoked, why did Queen Kaikeyi accepted her words and decided to use her boons? Is it not Mother Kaikeyi to be blamed? But Shatru, out of motherly affection, Queen Kaikeyi wants her son to become a king. What's wrong in that one? How could I blame her? Sometimes I feel King Dasharatha should be blamed for this calamity. Because though Kaikeyi asked for boons, why did he granted these boons? But Shatru, you know very well, kings of Ikshvaku has never gone back on their words. How can we blame King Dasharatha? He has performed his royal duty perfectly. Sometimes I feel our beloved brother Ram should be blamed for this calamity. But Shatru, you know very well, the very purpose of Lord Ram is to follow Pitruvakya Paripalana and become an ideal king to the whole world. He did the same. How can we blame? None of these personalities are causal for this misery. It is my own karma. Because of my previous karma, today I am suffering like this. Shatru, instead of lamenting like this, I think we should go to Chitrakoot and beg our beloved brother Ram and bring him back to Ayodhya. Come, make arrangements to go to Chitrakoot. Yes, come. So this is a last scene now. So Bharat and Shatrughna and other personalities, they go to Ayodhya, Chitrakoot, and request Lord Ram.
Swami, how beautiful the forest is. Mango and many other fruits grow in abundance.
Yes. The river Mandakini is full of lotuses and swans. And even Sita can gather flowers to her desire. You know, Lakshmi, I can easily pass my 14 years of exile in this forest with my beloved Sita.
Yes, brother, wherever you and my mother Sita present, that place will be pleasant and beautiful, and I shall be happy to serve you these 14 years of exile.
Good. Lakshman, what is causing that dust in the distance?
Let me take a look. Ram, it's a large army with horses and elephants. They are bearing the flag of Ayodhya. It must be Bharat. He is coming to kill you to consolidate his position as king.
Lakshman, do not accuse Bharat.
No, brother, Bharat and his mother are the cause of all the troubles. This is the time to fight. I shall fight and kill Bharat and whole army.
Lakshman, I have renounced this whole kingdom in favor of Bharat, and you want to kill Bharat?
Then tell me why he is coming with such a big army.
Bharat is anxious to see him, and that is why he is coming. Do not hate Bharat.
Perhaps it is father coming to see us.
Ram, my beloved brother, I thought I would never find you. Here you are.
Bharat.
Here you are.
How nice to see you.
Lakshman.
Bharat.
How are you, Bharat? How is our father? Has he remained behind?
My dear brother, haven't you heard of this news? It's all too much for our father. He died of broken heart.
What? Has our father left his body? Bharat, looking at this huge army and the flag of Ayodhya, I thought our father is coming to bless me. But you are saying father is no more. Father is no more.
Bharat, how can it happen? What happened to you? Where was Shatrugni? Why don't you tell me?
This was happened before we returned from Kakyadesh. But Lakshman, what is the use of having so many stars in the sky when there is no moon? When the whole world becomes dark, when there is no sun? The whole city of Ayodhya has become dark when Ram left for forest. And our father is unable to bear the separation of Ram. And he died of broken heart. Father! My dear brother, today I have come here to beg you to return to Ayodhya. Everyone in the land yearns for. Everyone. That's truth.
With father dead and gone, I have nothing for me in Ayodhya. Now, I shall obey my father and stay here. And you should go back to Ayodhya and rule the kingdom. But for now, let us pay homage to our great departed father.
Through the wickedness of my mother, the crown has passed to me. But I will not keep it with me. I will pass it back to you. My dear brother, please come to Ayodhya and rule kingdom.
Give up your grievings, Bharat, and go back to the glorious city of Ayodhya. I shall now stay here, and together we should do our father's bidding.
But brother, your duty is not here. It is in Ayodhya. I shall go to forest in your place.
No, Bharat. You cannot take on my duty. It is better to do one's own duty imperfectly rather than another's duty imperfectly.
But brother,
Bharat, don't force Ram. Ram has a great mission to accomplish. Please, don't force him.
Okay. I will go to Ayodhya. But still you are the king. What all I request you is, to place your lotus feet on these sandals. I shall install these sandals on the throne. My dear brother, please. These sandals represent you, and they will remain on throne until you return.
So be it. Farewell, Bharat. Be reconciled with your mother and forgive those who might have done wrong. For we all are in the hands of Prabhu.
बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री रामनवमी महामहोत्सव की जय। Thank you very much. Our dear Premadhatri Mataji and Sunit Prabhu. Okay, it's their first drama. With a short notice, they kindly agreed, to play these roles, and please, pray for them to do more services like this. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Now we have RamaNavami recitation. Natras Prabhu is coming.
Hare Krishna. Shri RamaNavami Mahamahotsav ki. So while we ready for the Nam Ramayana, little Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai
Ram, Kaushalyanand Shri Ram, Dashrath Nandan Shri 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 Ram, Kaushalyanand Shri Ram, Shri Ram रामचंद्र भगवान की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौ प्रेमानंद।
You enjoyed the kirtan? Hari Hari. So now we are on to our next part of the program, recitation of Nama Ramayan. So Nama means name. So in this particular song, every line is followed by Ram. So every line ends with Rama's name. So it comes like Rama. So entire Ramayan is there in these verses. There are 108 lines. So entire Srimad Ramayan is there. So if you don't know, just please listen it. If you can follow, that's okay. But entire Ramayanam will be there. This is very famous in India. Several people recite. So Sita Mataji is going to lead this. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This one? Yeah, somebody has to hold this.
So ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शेषतल्प सुख निद्रित राम ब्रह्माद्यमरापाजित राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम श्रीमद दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम घोरकाटक घातक राम मारीचादि निपातक राम कौसल्युग संरक्षक राम श्रीमदहल्योद्धारक राम गौतम मुनि संपूजित राम सुरमुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम नाविद काविद मृदुपद राम मिथिलापुर जन मोहक राम वीरेण मानस रंजक राम त्र्यंबक कर्मक भंजक राम सीतार्पित वर मालिक राम
Hare Krishna. So today it is right 12 o'clock now. Ramchandra ji is just up here. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai! So the offering is going at the behind the curtain, and we are also celebrating some more birthdays today as well in our temple. There are many birthdays today. Hare Krishna. So it is said the Lord is also more pleased when He glorifies devotees. So today we are actually celebrating Lord's appearance day, but we can also celebrate some of His devotees' birthday also today. So we have quite a range of birthday to celebrate today. So we'll announce one by one. I think some of them are probably present here today. Hiding. Okay, we'll see. I'll see one missing person. But Adesh Deshnam Raya Mataji's son, he's celebrating his birthday today. How old is he today? 19. Where is he? Who is here? Haribol. So, Kishan, yes. This is one forget name, we easily forget. Kishan. We chant every day, still we forget. So the Kishan has been a wonderful son and a wonderful devotee. I think many of us seen him growing up, when he was a very young toddler, and now has grown up into 19-year-old. And we expect Kishan to do many more services in Manchester around the area. You said yeah, so you have to fulfill that. So he's an active member of a Pandav Sena group, and today I think the first time you're cutting your cake in a temple. You managed to get some courage to do this now. Okay. So bringing some cake here now. So we have So today, you can forget if you have diabetes. So if you have diabetes, you can forget today you have diabetes. You can eat lots and lots of cake today. So we have quite a few birthdays to celebrate. So Kishan would like to just come and cut the cake. So our ladies in our temple is quite expert in making cakes. So this is the way they can fulfill their desire, making a lot of cakes. Kishan, want to say something? Microphone is there.
Hare Krishna. Bless me and my family, and may I keep preaching the name of Krishna.
Those of you don't know, Sudeshna Priya Mataji and her family, they come from Bengal. So they have a natural, affection towards Lord Chaitanya's teaching women. Thank you very much, Kishan Prabhu, for celebrating your birthday with us. And we pray a wonderful birthday and a wonderful, joyful life ahead for you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Kishan Prabhu. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take part birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada ki. So we have a new cake. Cake ki. Jai. So keep your eyes open, ears open. After some you can open your mouth also, cake will come. He is done a and because of his okay, I was told this cake for somebody else. So forget what I said in last two minutes. So I'll break the suspense. It is a birthday cake for our dear Veena Mataji. Veena Mataji, she was earlier known as Beena, and she got initiated and her new name is Veena Mataji. She and her good husband Anandru Prabhu, where is he? Oh, is he? So, these are the two devotees, they are working so hard in our temple, to start so many wonderful services. And one of the services which we were trying to do for many years was to have a youth program in Manchester. Because all our children, they were small, they were grown up, and then they have their own needs, and we don't know how to look after them very nicely. So Veena Vadini and Anandrup, they have come forward very nicely. You can see from last 1 year or 2 years that our children are doing so wonderful in our temple. They look after very nicely. They are very happy, and not only that, they are our future leaders. The Pandav Sena actually is generating future leaders for our ISKCON movement. It is visible in London, in Birmingham, and now we have some trace of that leadership is coming in Manchester also. So actually, it is our great deal. We won't be able to glorify for the service that they are doing, but this is one day we can say thank you to them for doing their tireless service in our temple. So Veena Mataji, she is such a humble devotee. She's an expert singer. If you want, I don't need to tell that. I think we all should hear from her today, if time permits. And so, if not today, then some other time we should ask her that that as a thank you to us, she should sing someday. So, thank you very much, Veena Mataji, for your wonderful services to the temple. This is one very small token of gesture that we can offer you for your wonderful service to our temple. And our prayer on behalf of Prabhupada and all our devotees is that may you have all the great success that you and your husband are trying to do this wonderful service in our temple. And may you bring glory to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I just really want to say thank you so much for arranging this. I wasn't expecting it. And without this temple, I'm already lost, but I'd be even more lost without this temple. So I want to thank all the devotees here for your association, your blessings, always keeping us on track, and for allowing me to be just a small part of the temple and allowing us to serve you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna dear Vinavadini Mataji, Hare Krishna to you, may you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Probably got the answer. So, actually, we are celebrating 2 days. We just saw of these wonderful devotees, we chance to say thank you to them by celebrating this birthday. So I don't think so. Lal Prabhu. So we have full range of birthday. If you know more than any of us long time, he's been affiliated with the temple. There in Manchester. So temple was there. So we have life very long and that my be a wonderful Prabhu. So years, in first arrangement and for the benefit all of them, he's served us for many years, and he's one Nandini. They are such a one example for how we should. So the next service we have for a if you can undermine this. This is then probably get will pay his service. But we pray for his bless, and all the things that this time much better. It is, we all are you're celebrating your day along. We should have more things on giving back to speak.
I'm really surprised. Thank you very much to the for celebrating. I'll know is celebrate today. I told my children to bring and I feel too. I think grown old as well for the 6 to 6. So I go this to correct. I think you should probably do 2 years. Thank you very much. And really honored. May God launch in the all of you. All love to you. Be blessed always. Thank you.
Hare. So I'm 66. But I thought, after 50, I'd give up the celebration of my birthday, so I'm trying to keep it key. But then when I was younger, it said that my actual birthday was falling on randomly. Wow, this is great. An opportunity to celebrate the Lord's birthday. So this morning I Tuesday got up, tried to be here, and as always the devotees are struck right in, next to my good wife, that we get a chance to actually celebrate with the devotees who are our life and soul. So without you, as Guru said earlier, there is no temple, there is no God worship, there is no bhakti. So it is with great ecstasy that I am with you celebrating RamaNavami, and what can I say? That your love is very, very enduring, and by my Guru Maharaj's grace, may I continue to be a servant of the servant at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Wait. So thank you for a wonderful speech. Now it is said, Lord, that if you go for something, you never reach it. But if you renounce it, it comes back to you. So these devotees are trying to run away from their birthday. Lord wanted to celebrate that birthday. Yeah? So we are grateful to Ram that he is giving us this opportunity. It is a very great photo. Anybody like to take this photo? Our temple. Senior devotee is holding a knife, cutting the cake. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, now we celebrated Lord's Praise Day. Celebrate Day. Guys, now and we're gonna have a nice kirtan now. Dance also very nice. Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki